everybody, how are you? My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small business called The Flower Patch. And at The Flower Patch I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Right, today guys, I hope you've had a wonderful Christmas shopping spree and I hope you've not spent too much pennies. I just, as I said last week, I wasn't going to do yesterday's video. I've been to fetch my mum and my mum is sat here. And as I said last week, let's ask my mum what she'd like to do for Christmas Eve wreath. So she has suggested a nice spring wreath. So we're going to do spring. So I've got out a 40cm grapevine wreath, which is 16 inches. I've placed a hook on it already just so I can get it on to the easel. I've made a bow in advance and I've done some preparation. So you know me guys, I like to get it done. So for the spring wreath, I had one where I've done just two colours of ribbon, one with the pink roses. I think looking at it, it may have some irises on as well. Oh, that's uncanny, isn't it? Iris doing a bow with irises. And then I've got some hessian with some white lace down the centre. The back ribbons that I've done start at 7-inch loops. The pink one next I did 6.5 inch. Then the hessian one again at 6 inch, and then the pink again then at 5.5 inch. And I've done a 4-inch loop in the center. I've got 10-inch tails at the top and the 18-inch tails at the bottom. Now I don't know if I'm keeping these that long, but you know me guys, I like to cut them longer and rather have more than not have enough. So we're going to do that and we're gonna attach it to our wreath, and I think I'm just going to do a crescent one because I want to show this woody effect with it having the hessian on the bow. So I'm going to place it maybe around here and have the tail ends hanging down. Again, I may chop them or I may make a waterfall out of them, gather them together and place them up like that. We'll see as we go along. But first, we're going to attach it. So I've got my weaving needle, guys. You can get these off Amazon. You can get a pack of 100. I placed one piece because I've placed in wire at the back. So I've got 2 pieces left of the wire where I bent it. So I'm going to just bend a little bit over the side of the wire, the weaving needle, so it doesn't fall out. So I've got it like that. And I'll do them one at a time. So I'm looking where my bow needs to be and I'm going to place it higher up. So I'm going to push the needle right through to the back and then just pull, and it's easier for the wire to come through than keep trying to poke it through and it not going in. So then I get the other one, do the same with that, poke it through, bend over, and let's get that one through. I'm not putting it in the same place because I want them to be able to attach around some wood or grapevine. So we'll pull that one through as well, like so. So now we could take that off. Twist your wire at the back so it's your lovely bow sits on and doesn't come off. I twist about 1 inch, guys, so you know, you don't need to twist the whole of the wire. I cut off after about 1 inch. Then you can either use your fingers or get some flat nose pliers and bend in the remaining of the wire back inside the wreath so it doesn't scratch anyone's door, or you can just do it like that with your fingers, but I tend to do it with this because I can push it in further and it gives me more control over the wire. So there we go. So then you just fluff up your lovely tails however you want. I may cut these down yet, or I may bring them across. Again, I'm just gonna see how it all falls together. So we've got that. Isn't that lovely? So bring that down where that sits, like so. So I'm now going to go through everything that we are using today. Let me just put my easel on the floor for the spring. Now I've got my favourites, or one of my favourites. I've got my conifer. So you know that I love this, and it's an all year round tree that we have, or shrub in the UK. We use it in our gardens to make a border around the garden for privacy. So I love that. I've also got, again, I still haven't found out what this is called, guys. I'm not sure whether I'm going to use it, but I've got this out again, this lovely soft coloured tone to the foliage. So I thought that was really subtle and nice, and I think romantic, to be quite honest. So we're using that. Now I've got some fern out. It's a rubbery textured one, not as rubbery as the others that I use, but it's really nice. So I think it's Boston fern or crocodile fern. It may be one or the other, but we're going to use some of these. I may have to put some on picks because I've just noticed there's about 3 leaves to 1 stem. So, but we're going to use those. Now I've got out my mixed bunch of foliage again. I've already placed, prepared, cut them down and placed the tape around them, the floral tape, ready to use, and I've cut 5 of those. I've also got my snow willow out, and I love this. So I've got some oddments at the bottom and some longer stems, and they're very twiggy. They look very natural, like they're on bark. So I don't know if you can see that, but they are glorious, and we're gonna have some of that for a bit of nice springy touch. And I've got some of my sugar coated sage leaves out again, being a different texture and a different tone to the other foliage, and they're very soft looking, and I thought that would also make a lovely colour with the colour choice that we're going with. I've also got out, now these are furry. You know how you get like the mimosa and it's furry? Well, these are exactly like that, but they're like little, I don't know, cypress leaves or something, but they've got a hint of like pinky tan colour, and they are divine. So I'm going to use a few of those to put around. I've only got 4 on here, but I'm only going to want to use 3. But I've got some like a peachy pink peony, and they've got a little bit of like the foliage on, what you get with it, and a bit of eucalyptus with seeds on. So I'm only using 3 of those. I've also got out in peach. I don't know how much I'm going to use, but I've got 3 stems out of my Chinese lantern in peach. So we're going for a peachy pink colour today. So that I want for movement at the top, as you can see. And when the wind blows, oh, they'll move gloriously. So now I've got just 5 peachy pink coloured roses, more of a pinky colour, I guess, but they've got a bit of peach in the centre. Just 5 of those as well, because you know me, I love odd numbers. So we've got those, and now I've got some. Now these are more like a cream beige colour, baby peonies with some little daisies, bit of seed on there as well. I think that's supposed to be a stilby, and a bit of foliage as well. So I've got 2 bunches of those, and you get 5 stems on each bunch. And last of all, I've got some artificial wheat in like a ivory or more like a cream colour. So I thought that would look nice as well. So we're gonna add that, and that is what we've got today. So don't worry if you've not got what I've got, guys. You can all, sort through whatever you've got at hand and still make a beautiful spring wreath. So let's just bring back up our grapevine wreath, and because in the background of this ribbon it's got peach colour, hence the reason peach and pink, and then with this look, a very light tan and it blends in lovely. So what we're going to do first is place in our conifer. So let's just cut these up. Let me just cut 7 up to start with. And we're going to start at the top, just around where the hook is, and we're going to go around to this side at the bottom and finish around here at the bottom. So you can use your glue gun or your glue pan if you've got one. So just place that in and lean it over, following that side. Let me just place it like that and just bend them slightly over. I don't mind if they're sticking out because I like the volume and I like movement. So that's my signature style, guys, and that's what I think looks glorious. Oh, I've got one what hasn't got a lot of foliage on. So just keep going behind the bow at the back, lifting it out. When you get to 9 o'clock, then place your stems going upwards. From 12 o'clock to 9 o'clock on this side, I'm placing my stems down. And then we'll go all the way to where we want to stop. So now I'm placing my stems upwards because I'm underneath 9 o'clock. Don't forget to go behind your tail ends as well. Your bow's just as important. Let's get going to go around here. I'm placing them about 2 inches apart from each other. So that one's gone. And then our last one we're going to place around here, and I'm going to slightly tilt that leaf so it looks like it's starting to go that way. I've got this where it's got one missing, so I may just pop this in and use all the bunches. Just where can we place it? Let's put it here. Behind that tail ends. So that's now our conifer placed in. I'm wanting to place, I've got a couple of 3 stems here where they've just got single, where I've placed them on single picks. And I'm going to want to bring these in at the top as well, going around in between the conifer. So let's take that band off. I may actually just leave them as a few long stems instead. Let's see. Let's see how it works out. Place that in front of the conifer. I think that would be quite pretty. And then place another one here and then one across here. And then use these oddments coming out from the centre going that way. So we'll do that. You can move the leaves around because some are facing backwards. So if you like that look, you know, just leave them as they are. I tend to like to see them all facing the same way. So we'll get this one, place it here because it's quite long, and then let it just sit. And just put a little bend on it and let it just sit like that. We'll do that to another one. Again, let me just turn the odd leaf around. I think they're supposed to be like that. I think that must be the way that, because leaves don't all grow the same way, do they? Naturally. So I just want to do that, and I'm going to bend it again slightly, just so it's got a bit of a curve, and place it coming that way. So we'll go around here, let it just hang. If you don't like it just hanging freely, just get either a cable tie or a piece of floral wire and fasten it to the grapevine to keep it in place. Now I like them to hang freely because I like that natural look. So I'm going to cut this one down and have this coming out from the side, but I don't want it as long, so I'm just chopping just that little piece off at the top, turning over the leaves again. It's just me being fussy. I can't help myself. Ask my mum. She'll tell you how fussy I am. I'm very particular. I'll introduce you to her at the end. She's very shy, not like me. So I'm going to go around here and just have that one sticking out from the side like that. Now the three, I'm not going to use those the rest at the moment, but these three I want coming out from the center like that, so it looks like the bow is growing inside all of the greenery. So we'll cut these down because I don't want them sticking out too far, and then we'll place these in. I'm going to place one around here, middle, and then at the bottom, but all coming inwards. So if we place one here, coming in, let me just cut that one a little bit more. Then bring one, oops, that one's down there, bring one behind your bow, and then bend it inwards like so. So you've got that one and that one, so it looks like everything is down there. And then the last one, I must find out what these are called. I can't remember. I said I was going to do it, but I totally forgot. And then we'll bring that one around there as well. So we've got them all there. I may just pull that out and cut it shorter because it is quite long. And then place it back in. So you've got that sort of an effect. Now doesn't that look spring-like already? So I'm going to place those on floor. As of yet I don't need them, and we're going to place in some of our fern. Now you can pull these. I've had this sort of stem before, and you can pull them off. It's like the plastic on the stem is so thick. Now I've pulled that one too tight and pulled out the wire, but I'll place one back in. Oh, I could keep that at that length. So let's have a look. Just chop it down. Wonder if that will go back inside. Oh my gosh. No, so I'll place them on picks. So let's get 2 picks. So there we have it. Let's take that tag off. We don't need the tag. think I've got another one here by itself. Let's see if I can get that one out. This is very, very short. If you find that you've got short ones, just grab some pliers and just pull, and it'll come out, and then you can place your own pick back in. So there we have that. Oh, it's stuck to my fingers. It's like peeling suntan off when you're peeling from the sun. That's how it feels. Right, I've got 1, 2 with 3 on. So what I want to do with the ones with 3 on, I want to bring those down here and then 1 up here. So I want that movement of a cluster of them together, and then I may actually either bring these in the centre or get another one with a cluster and place that in the centre. So we'll try that first before we decide on what we're going to do with the rest. Again, you haven't got to have them in a cluster. You can just put them, you know, a singular and get more from it. But I want movement today, guys. So let me just make sure these are all the right way, because they have got a front side and a back side to them. I'm going to go under here and just manipulate them so they sit in together like that. Do the same with this one at the top. So what I do here, I will do exactly the same at the top, and that is basically just to balance it out so it looks more pleasing to the eye. So I will bring it in around here and have it like that. I could bring that one over or bring the conifer through that one. So let that fall forward like it would if you've got your own tree. Things come forward, things are backwards. Just checking that one. Yeah. And then I'm going to bring one just behind the bow here as a cluster again. Just get it in my hands correctly. Again, I want to bring it so it's hanging. And it's got movement. So that sticks out from the side. I've got another one here, look, without a pick on it. To say I've got glasses on, guys, you'd think I'd see it. but I couldn't. So now I put that one there, I want one by itself coming over here a bit further. I didn't want a cluster, because then I was going to have to fill a lot up here with floral and other foliage to fill that cluster. So I just want this on its own. And again, I'll do the same at the bottom, on the end as well. So let's get our lovely little one here and sit it in so it's leaning just slightly a little bit longer than what these cluster ferns are doing. And then we'll do the same at the bottom and just have that one there. You can bend these, so if you want to manipulate it so it looks like it's growing around the wreath, again I'm coming down the wreath to just give you that shape of it's growing downwards. Now I've got 3 here, I don't want that one, so I could put one here and one here, and then have one just in the center on its own. So let's do that and make that look pretty as well. And again, move it, manipulate it, move it to give it that natural look. So I'm just going to pop that one in at the bottom, in between the two clusters. And I'll do the same up here, between that cluster and that one here. I'm going to place this in between those as well. What I want to do with that ribbon is bring that over here underneath, like so. And then we've got this one that we're going to put in the centre with these, because I don't want these left on their own. I want to place things in just to give it a mixture and give it that where it's flowing with everything else. Now if you want to cut that, well, get the clippers and I'll show you. It's got a tip on it, but if you don't want it that big, you can either, in fact, if you want to keep that tip, I've left the stem in. Let's just get the stem out. There we go. You can have two choices. You could cut or pull off some of the leaves at the back or at the bottom, just to make it smaller. Put in your pick still, because it's got that hole at the bottom for a pick to go. But then just cut this really small, because you don't want all of that plain stem sticking out. So I don't place on a long stem. So then you dip it in your glue, or you again use your glue pot or glue gun. And now I'm going to bring it down and push it in further. And there you have it. It's not long anymore. It blends in with the length of what the others do. So now I want to use our sage leaves, our beautiful sage leaves. I love these. And because these are a lighter colour again from the dark fern and the conifer, I want these to come in front so they bounce off of that colour. So that's what we're going to do with those. So I'm going to cut them down, the stems, so I don't want them that long. Because I don't want them longer than the foliage at the back. So we're going to start bringing some here, because we've got this on its own. We do want to just bring something with that at the end, just so it's not sitting there all by itself looking upset. So we're going to do the same here with this one. Let's have a look. Place that one in as well. So with the others, I'm going to come in front of the foliage. So you've got this, I'm keeping that there, so I'm going in front of all of these conifers, so the colour then bounces off the conifer and gives it a lovely, pretty spring look. And I'll do it again round here. Here's my cat. I told you he'd be here. You know Marley, guys. I can't do nothing now. This is where he'll stand and I have to work around my cat. I knew it wouldn't be long. He always comes in eventually, as we know. He's my quality controller. He makes sure I'm doing everything properly. So, see, now he's parked his backside. And then he'll cry when I have to move him. He makes me feel guilty when I move him. Do you get pets like that, guys? Hey, Marley. Have I I dropped one. Turn around. You don't need to be showing your bum to everybody. Yeah, sorry, I need to get there. And again, I'm bringing this one in front of the fern. Light, as you know guys, I say place dark light against dark or dark against light, whichever way you want to put it. With the flowers as well, use big with small, and it balances your arrangements out, and it gives that more pleasing look to your customers' eyes. So by doing that, it's, you know, on different textures, not all, you know, use many different textures, with soft, with rough, you know, things like that. Always do like the opposite from what you've got. So we've been using a bit of rough fern and conifer, so now I'm using soft sage leaves. So I've placed those in, which look lovely together. Stop it. I'll keep hold of those because I may use the odd one. In fact, do I bring one in the centre? I might bring one in the centre with the others. Oh, he's sitting on my flowers, look. I told you, didn't I, Mum? I said, didn't I? He can be a nuisance. Don't sit on my flowers. That's naughty. So I'm bringing one of these with the fern in the centre as well, to add that softness inside the centre. So we'll place those there. Now let's see. Ollie, go and sit with Mama. Yeah, go and sit with Mama. She'll look after you. Let's just cut this wheat up. Get the raffia, because they come with raffia around it. And you only get 3 stems in a bunch. That's it. Or wrapped round together. You don't get 5. But you can pull these off individually and use them separate. On this occasion, I'm not. Because I want to bring, dark with light, and bring some of these up here. And different texture again. We've just placed in the sage leaf, which is soft. This is rough. So rough with the smooth. So that's what we're going to do with those. We'll cut these down as well. And you can manipulate the main stem. The stems that the wheat is on, there's no wire in those. So if you want to open them out, just be, you know, don't be too heavy-handed like me and snap them. Just slowly bend them over to try and open them, the plastic, and bend the plastic a little bit. Just like that, just to open it out, and you'll be fine. But the main centre stem is wired. So we'll place this one in. I'm going to just turn, and I want this entwined and weaved in with all the other foliage. I don't want it just to be sat at the front by itself. So we're mixing in some lovely artificial wheat. I used to grow it on my own garden, wheat, in a plant pot. And when I did fresh flowers, I used to use it for that, for bouquets and things. And then I had some left and I used it for my artificial. But it got messy because the wheat tends to, the pods, you know, seeds tend to drop off, so it tends to get a slightly mess. So in the end, I decided to go for artificial. Why not? You haven't got the worry of the mess then. So then we'll just put another one in down here. So then there's 3. I may put 2 on the outside as well, for with, you know, lengthways. So we've got a bit of length. Just like that, because it's through. There we go. Just bring a bit of the foliage in with it, so it looks like it's all growing within each other. So we've got that. So let's just take another bunch, and let's just take the raffia off again, if we can. There we go. So I may use just 2 more and bring these, again as I say, what's on the inside, bring it on the outer side. So I may bring, because you've got 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. So to use 5, I'll bring 1 there, and then 1 in between these 2, but on the outside. So you've got your 5 there. But I'll keep them slightly longer because I want that length, but I'm not going out of my boundary that we've created. This is our boundary, and we stay within that. Because it would look odd if I had it sticking out here all by itself. So we stay in here with the stems. So we've got 1 there and 1 there. So I want this at the back with the conifer, keeping in the boundary, and place that there. And I do the same with these. Again, we've got 1 here and the centre one, so go approximately around the central point and have it sticking out there at the side. So let me just twist it so it's around here with the conifer. Bring a bit of foliage in front so it doesn't look like it's not, entwined with everything else. So there you have your 5. So I'm not going to use any more of those, so we'll place these back together. We'll place these on the floor. If you can hear that noise in the background, guys, it's the heater. I want the heater on for my mum. I've got to keep my mum warm. So let's get these. I think these, in fact, I'm going to put these in as like filler foliage. So we'll hold back with those. We've got now, let's start with our snow willow. I've got oddments here. I've got to be careful because my cat will play with them because they move. So I've cut a few oddments down. Let's get that one out. Oh, I've got one stuck. Right, let's just use that. Crikey, how many rubber bands did I place on? So we've got them, a few fairly long, 2 small ones, 1, 2, 3 big ones. I've got another one in here, I think. Yeah, here, and an extra longer one. So I don't need those. So I'm not placing all of those in, because again, I just want it for a bit of like spring effect, like it's growing up a wall, how ivy would. I'm mixing in with all the foliage. So I can't believe how very realistic the stems on these look, like bark. Let's just cut that piece off. So what I'm wanting to do with these, again, we've got all of this foliage. Because they're long, I'm going to bring them on the middle section, so you've got the flowers sticking up and coming out. And then once we place those in, we're going to start and add the bigger flowers around the centre as well as the smaller roses. So let's just get all the big things out of the way on here to do with the foliage. Place that there, and again this you can manipulate, so you can bend that however you'd like, have it looking wispy. So let's just have a quick look. Just bend it like that. So I'm placing these in between each of the wheat. So I've got one in between, because it's like a zigzag, in, out, in, out, in, out, so on. So I'm going to place these in between. So I've got another one. So I'm going to bring that one around here. This could also, if you wish guys, could be used for the summer as well. It's not just spring. Just caught that. I've got something. So we've got that one there. I think on this area I'm going to bring just a smaller one again. I'm keeping within our boundary, so I don't want to place too much of a long one sticking out. And just place that one there. And then I want to bring one around here as well. So we'll lift up our tail ends. Again, I'm pushing my stems in up towards 12 o'clock when I'm below 9 o'clock point. And we've got this one. And I'm going to place that one here, coming down here. So then that will be all of our wispy floral on the outside in. Just put a little bend on it again, as though it's slowly going to start heading up towards that way. And then this little last piece I've got is going in the middle. And this is just to, you can again make everything look like it's all growing within each other. Just bring some of the foliage around. So you've got that look. Doesn't that look pretty? Now we have got these. Again, I love these. And I wanted to bring some of those around the centre. If I feel I've got gaps, I may bring the odd ones around the back, just to give it that little extra. And because these are all wired, you can manipulate them, guys. They are fabulous. And have them, and wind them around your fingers if you like. Put a bit of a swirl on the stem, whichever you like to do, and that will look really pretty. So I have got these. So I think before we place in the others, let's get these in. So, and I'm going to face it so the floral is facing forward, and I'm going to bring one right on the end at the front here. And again, so it sits like that. Let's take the band off these as well. And I've got another one. I'm covered in glue strings. Let's just manipulate this one as well. Just bend your stems however you'd like them to sit. And these have got a stilby on. And I think the other leaf, some of it's bamboo as well. It's just one of them, I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's really pretty. Then just go under here and just intermingle it, more like a nice springy cottage effect. Bring some through the other foliage if you like, you know, that would also look pretty. Just add in a few. If you think it sticks out too much, swirl it around your finger and it will shrink down. Let's just bring sage leaf through. So that's that one. I'm looking for the ones with the longest stem on the outside. So, and again, I could place one coming in there, and then have two on the outer side, or should I say two around here. So let's get this one in around the centre. Place. Are you alright, Mum? Do you want to drink
I'm
water?
fine. No.
So we've got that one then there as well. So now these ones, so
Oh,
we'll bring these on around here, because there's a gap. If you move, there's a big gap here, so we need to place that in. Even though we've got our flowers, we still need to place something in there. So we'll place one here, and again I'm gonna make it look, you may think, oh gosh, that looks a bit much, a bit too messy. It's not. It's like a spring garden effect with everything in your garden all pop into life, and having you know, rushing up towards the sun that's coming out at springtime. And then I'm going to bring one, as you can see it's a little bit bare here, and bring one here to fill in that space as well. So let me just shorten that stem. So we're going to go around this area and fill in just there. And again, you can entwine your bow tail ends. I may cut those down. Again, I think one of, well, I was going to do, but it's sitting lovely there, so let's just fluff up our bows again. Now we've been around that area. Fluff up the loops. I may cut that one a little bit. Let's cut that a tiny little bit shorter. I may do that with that. And have it like that. So we've got them now like that. So let's now start placing some of our floral. Again, I only want 3 of these. So 1, 2, and the foliage are, you know, is push-ups. I always like to bring the foliage to the top because I find that, you know, it also adds different contrast to the other foliage you've got in, because I find if it's at the bottom you don't see it, and why, you know, I think to myself, we want to see it because it's beautiful, why not let's show it off. So that's what we're going to do. So with these, again, only 3 of the bigger ones. I want to bring one, and I'll place them in first, one around there. Then I want to bring one around here, maybe, or I may move it to the outer side, and then one somewhere up there. I can't really truly see. It's not hanging on to anything, but you get what I mean. So you've got like the triangle position. If you want to widen the triangle position, you can bring that and bring it out here, which I may do. So let's get those in first. I don't want the stem long. So I'm going to bring it around here. Instead. Excuse me. I'll do the same with this one at the top. There's a little gap here, so let's fill this little gap with something slightly bigger, because the bigger things you use, the more it will fill that gap. So I think I'm going to bring it here, guys, and I'll have it in with the ribbon. So let's do that. Instead of making like a half a moon shape with the big headed flowers. You know me, guys, I'm not one for that. I like to move them around, give them a pretty look. So we've got that now like that. So that's our 3 big peonies. We've got our roses. I don't know, I may put those in, but I do like those, the peachy coloured ones. Let's get a bunch of those out. Snip those down. Let's just bend. These are push-ups as well, which is great. So there's one what's not got no foliage with it. That was the centre stem. So I may bring them in here to join with that. The others have. So again, push-ups, just I bring them to the top. I want to get the most out of them and the beauty of them. So I like to show them off to the world. See, now this one actually is just hasn't got any peonies on, or yeah, peonies. So it's just a bit of daisy and ranunculus. So I've decided I'm going to change my mind now. I'm going to keep this one. Let me just take this bit of wire. I'm going to keep that one and place that in the centre. And then I've taken off the foliage off of that to place with these peonies. And then I will then have some foliage for me to place that one now on the outer side instead. So just by swapping them around, I mean, this is another one without any on. So it's got the foliage, so I could either bring that there. But I'm going to take the foliage off of this one as well. Place it on here. Not on here, sorry. Go without that one. I'm going to place it on the one that's only got one set little leaf on to double the leaves up, give it a bit more. So we've got 3 with foliage and 2 just little wild daisies with a bit of ranunculus, and I think it may be ruscus with it as well. So we've got those. So now where we've got these on here, the ones with the foliage are going in between here. And that's with those 3. And then the other 2 I will bring maybe on the ends here to join with this foliage to have a little bit of floral. So let's just get these in. Again, these are going a little bit out on the outer side because we've got the flowers in the middle, so we just bring them slightly further out, not too much, to create like a zigzag. So there's your in, out, in. So that is how we're doing it. I may only need 2, and then I can put one in the centre. So we've got here, again, just bring that there, sit in there, bring the flowers, showing a little forward. Now we'll use these on the ends. Place, and these are going outwards as well, they're not coming on the inner side. I'm bending them outwards and then mixing up the foliage with it, so it doesn't look, again, obvious that it's all by itself, just to give it that look like things are growing around it, up above and underneath, so it's embedded in with the others. And then I do it this way as well down here. Bring it slightly there, bend it, and mix it up with some of our foliage. And there you have that one. So now I've got one left. So I can either bring it with that or add it here with this peony, the big one. I might do that because we've got some roses. Let's just have a look, because with these being light you may not see them as much. In fact, no, they look quite nice. Now we're going to put it there now. Change my mind again. Doesn't matter if you keep changing your mind like I do, guys, you know. It's what you think looks best. And what you know, it blends in and looks really pretty. So we've got those. I don't need no more of those. Now I do have the lantern, the Chinese lantern. I am considering bringing some of those on the outside with them being long, because we've got the peach and the pink around the centre. We've only got really white and green around the edge. So to bring that peach above, get something long like this. It doesn't have to be a peony like the ones in the middle. Get something different to hang above, but with that peach colour to blend in with these here. So I'm going to do that. Just got to be wary of my cat. Let's take that off there. There's one little bud here, what's by itself at the bottom. So if you can find one of those prongs for it to go on. There's, no, that's not it. Let's stick it on. I think. And save these, guys, because you can use these for if you're making any polystyrene lollipops or gifts and that, to use as a stem, or for other flowers that you've got what haven't got stems with them, or you haven't got a longer, you want a longer stem, save them. They really do come in handy. I think I'm going to, I'm sure I can get one on here, guys. I'm going to put it, glue it onto that, so it sticks onto there. So we've got these that we're going to bring up above again. Bring that colour in, what you're using in the centre. Just slightly bend. You may not see it all, you'll probably see the odd flower, but that's all right. You don't have to worry that you've got to, you know, place every flower at the front so you can see. You can use some as depth as well. And then we've got the other one. Let me just cut that stem a little bit shorter. And then we'll place this one at the bottom. And I'm going to go around here because it looks a little bit like there's not much colour at the bottom. So we're going to bring that down here. And then just bend it as I like to do. Just mingle them up. And then twine them with other things to give again that natural look. My cat's been good today, guys. I can't believe it. Must be because he wants Santa to leave him some presents. So he's been a good boy. So then we'll leave out. So we've got our roses and our little furry, I think, cypress leaves. I'm sure they are. So let's have a look, because I'm putting those in last, the cypress leaves. Well, they might just look like little branches. Oh, I don't know. I keep thinking cypress leaves. So we've got our roses now. I want to put, this is the first level, where the ferns and the conifer is, that's our first level. Where this peony is, that's our third level. So when I say second level, I want to go in between here and here. So I want to go in the centre. So I wanted to place these around the second level. So we're going to go here, here, maybe one here and one there, and or I may place them here if I think. I'll have a few, I think a couple here, and then I may bring the odd one out here for the colour. I've only got 5 out, but we will see. So I'm cutting that stem. I definitely want one here. I can see this gap, and I'm going to mix it up with the foliage, wrap the foliage around it. I mean, with our ribbon, we can twirl and give it some ringlets and just place it around our fingers, curl it around as far as you'd like the ringlets to go. Pull at the centre where you've started, and there's your little curl on your ribbon. Isn't that divine? I won't be able to do it with this because it's got no wire. So we could do the same with this one. Just get that curl. Pull the centre where you started. And there you go. So if I wanted these shorter to be with that length, I would cut them. Because I do think they're looking a little bit long now I've done that. So let's cut those down shorter, so they don't look odd hanging at the bottom by themselves. So there you've got it. So we've got one in here now, one of our roses. I'm going to place one in here, around here. So we've got our sage leaf and everything, so I'm going to bring one there as well. Bend the head forward if you want to see more of the flower. So I've got 3. Do I bring one there? I could bring one in the centre. Right, we're going to cut those down. I'll just keep that one there. And I'm going to bring some pinky peach colour with the white here, because all the pink and peach is all around this area. We've got nothing really here, so let's get that colour on the end as well. Again, I'm going on the second layer, so it's just sitting beautiful there. And do the same here behind the white blossom flowers. Bring it there. And then I've got this one. I could incorporate it here, or I could just bring it out with that. Let me just have a look what it looks like with the bigger peony. It may be too much. I will know once I've turned it around. It's got to come in the centre, guys. It doesn't look right on the outside. So let me just place that then in the centre with these little peonies. I'll put one peony at each side of it. That'll make it look pretty. So that is now all our roses in. Again, you don't have to place those roses where I've placed them. If you feel that you'd rather have them sitting somewhere else, and you know, by all means, guys, just do that. I'm sure it'll still be just as beautiful. These are really furry. They're a mixture between a little bit rough and a bit soft. But again, I want to add in a little bit of a different texture. They are only small, so I can't really take them to the back without them sinking. So I'll place them around here. I may actually bring the odd one in with the bow. So let's get some in with the bow. So I'll cut that down really small. We'll go where the bow is, and we'll just stick that there. And that's all you need to do. It will stick to your ribbon. And I'm going to place 3 pieces. One there and then one coming at the bottom. Just under around here, hanging down. So you've got the 3 in with the bow again. It makes it look like things are growing out from your bow. So I definitely want one around here. I'm just going to turn it. Let me see if I need any on the ends. Yeah, I'm going to have to place these on the ends because I feel like I haven't quite finished the end part of it. Still a little bit missing. So let's just get these in. One there. One at the top in the same place. Glue. And let's dot the others around. I want one in there. Big space here, so I may have to put a little bit of extra foliage in. Do I use, now I could change and use something like salal or bay leaves, or I know what I may use. I do have some of these bay leaves. Why don't I? Let's have a look, because I can see a little bit of a gap here. Yeah, we'll place the odd one. I may have to place them on picks. So let's pull some off. You can use it as it is, or just pull them off again, the stem, and place them on picks. Let's get rid of that one. Don't want to use too many, so we'll save those, put those on picks to fill in. So I'm just going to dot a couple of these around on the inside. To give a little different texture. Bring one up there. I'll turn it around, guys. I just want to do it while I can see it. Because I don't like, I mean, unless you're making an arrangement where you want to see the grapevine, you know, throughout. On this occasion, I only really want to see the grapevine here. I don't mind to see a little bit of the grapevine, but not as much as I could. So I need to then cover that up and place little bits in. I've got two. I may bring one on either end there. So let's do that. So then I've used those then, instead of just having two little pieces by themselves. So I have one there. And then place one behind here as well. So that's what I've done with those, and I'm going with the bay leaves here. As you can see, I moved that. There's quite a bit of space there. So I'm wanting to just fill in something that's, you can either use these or smow, or I do have, but the quite big leaves. I've got some maple leaves, and these are in a peachy colour, so I could easily use these, but they are really big, and I could place the odd one in of those in as well as the bay leaves, just to give that little bit of extra special look. So I'll probably give that a go, and if you can give it a go yourselves, guys, fantastic. But I don't want to place in too many, because otherwise it will start making the rest of the flowers but look invisible, and we don't want that. It's just to add a little bit of subtle colour to it with the rest. So if I place one in there now, again shorten the stem. And if you haven't got anything like you don't have to have maple. If you've got a lighter colour, or another, you know, you want to place a floral in there or something, or if you've got, you know, maybe that colour eucalyptus, add in eucalyptus. I've got eucalyptus in different shades, baby pink, like a mauve colour, purples, or maybe put ficus in if you've got pink ficus or white ficus, or variegated. It doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be this pink colour. That's just come to mind at the last minute. So I'm going to place these in to fill in those gaps, and I'm going to bring some either end as well, and then we should be nearly finished, guys. And I may just put the odd bit of sage leaf in, or bay leaf should I say. So we'll bring them on the end as well, give a bit to that pink there, or that peach colour. And do it again on here. Just to finish that off, let's bring that straight a little bit. Like that. Do I bring the last two? I'm going to bring around here. So I'm going to bring the last two of them here, either side. You've got one here, either side of the bow. Just because there's, if I move that, you'll see it's a little bit empty. There's not too much going off there, and we want to get that filled in. I may not even place the bay leaves in. I don't think it's maybe needed now. Now I've chosen a bigger leaf. Again, using bigger foliage will use that space up, so you don't need to then use lots. And then just this one here with the ribbon. Right, just move that. Just stand back, always stand back and just have a quick look. Let's just I'm going to place one there. Now I'm going to place one the opposite in a similar place. Just there. Something's telling me I need something here, so I may put the, yeah, I'm gonna have to pop the odd bay leaf in. So I'll just get these in, and then we'll put the bay leaves in, and then we're finished. So there's a gap up above here. We don't want that. So let's put a bit of more floral in, or foliage, whichever you choose you'd like to place in. And then one down here. Just in this gap. Again, you just stand back, you'll see if there's a few little gaps, and then that's when you just grab a little bit of foliage and just fill it in. So we've done that like that, and I don't know if you can see yourselves. While you have a check it out, you may be able to spot where you'd like to place in more foliage. And again, I don't need bigger foliage now. I'll place those in. So we'll stick to these smaller ones, and we'll get these in. So how many have I got? 1, 2, 3. 4. 5. 6. Let me just get some more picks out. Right, I'm going to get 7 for now. And we're going to, I've got one left, but I don't usually work in even numbers. It's usually 1, 3, 5s. I don't tend to work in 2, 4, 6. That's just me. You can, there's beautiful florals out there where people work in even numbers. I was always taught odd numbers. I'll leave so many what's still on long stems. So, can you see here? You've got the sage leaf there, the florals behind it. I thought as I looked, add a little bit something slightly darker than that sage leaf with the bay leaf, and just add that in there with it, because they've got a little cluster of leaves at the top, and I thought that little cluster would be nice. I could bring, if I wish, a little cluster here, but I don't want to form a ring. So if you feel you want to bring them going all the way around, do it in a zigzag position, because then it will look again more pleasing. And there's one gap there that I knew as well where we needed filling, just here. Just get in just that little cluster to fill that little gap, and it's worked a treat. And then I'm going to bring one with these maple on the end, just to add a bit of green with that pink, and I do the same here. Just in between both of the leaves. I think I can see another area. I think then that is that. Fluff up your ribbon again. I'm gonna cut those. So there is our lovely, beautiful spring coloured wreath in pinks, peaches and whites. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. And I hope it's giving you a bit of inspiration to do something in the nice subtle colours. You know, and you don't always have to place on lots of bows. I've only placed 2 different styles of bows, and the rest is all your floral foliage, which will give it that lovely look as well. And make it look really, really pretty and elegant. And again, you could bring that all summer as well, because it's colours that, you know, you'd have on your garden in the summer, so it would look special as well. So it's quite basically like a versatile wreath. You could have it spring and summer, and maybe going into autumn or Easter. You could have it up for Easter as well with the nice colours, and just leave it for Easter, spring and summer. What a joy. So if you enjoyed that, guys, and you want to give it a little go, please give it a go. Again, it doesn't have to be in these colours. You can have your own colour choice. It could be just whites, yellows. You know, if you had wanted probably lime and lemon colours together, subtle, not too sharp, with white, you could do that. You could have like lilacs and deep purples combined with whites and greens, or oranges, you know, orange colour. Like you could have even coffee colours with orange, you know, that would look pretty as well. So just try any colour that you think's nice and, you know, different, or you've not done before, you know, and just try whether if you haven't done it before, get smaller wreaths and just try on 10-inch wreaths or something like that. That's how I learn, you know. And again, if you doesn't think it looks very good, don't be frightened. Pull your stems out, take the glue off the stems, clean up the wreath and take the glue out of the wreath, perhaps using little needle nose pliers to remove the glue, and then start again. There's nothing wrong with that. It will save you time from keep looking at it and thinking, I don't like it, I don't like it, something's just not right. So remove them, even if it's one stem and it's not in the right place, remove it, take the glue off the stem and put it in the place that you want it to be. So again, I hope you enjoyed that. So please subscribe, share and like to the world, to Santa, to his elves, to all your family, mom, dad, you know, sister, brother, aunt, uncle, cousins, whomever, guys. I really appreciate it. Again, just to get my business recognised and you know, and grow bigger, it really does help. So I want to wish you all excuse me, I want to wish you all a merry and jolly Christmas, and I hope Santa's bringing you everything you wish for tonight, and you're going to be waking up with joy, happiness and laughter, and also wonderful memories. And have a wonderful new year. I've now finished doing my YouTube videos till after Christmas. I'm not sure when after Christmas. I may do one New Year's Eve or New Year, you know, something. I don't know yet. I may. It all depends on what I'm doing. So because I want to be bringing in the celebration of the New Year. So who knows what I'm doing. So again, but you'll know when I'm back, because I'll pop a video of me. And again, have a wonderful Christmas. Take care, all the best, and good health, and God bless. So I love you all. I'll just bring a close up to the video so you can see all the elements that I've used. Marley thanks you all for all your wishes of wishing him a happy Christmas, and me giving him hugs and talking to him like he knows what I'm saying. Well, he does know what I'm saying. And once we've done that, then again, have a joyous Christmas. And I hope you get everything that, or more surprises that you don't even realise from your loved ones. So take care, guys. Bye for now. Bye-bye. Right, let's do just a little close-up. You probably couldn't see it all, look. So, there's my mum. You see, she's here. So, now we've got the little, like a peachy, pinky coloured rose. You've got your artificial white wheat here. And this is the mixed bundle of foliage where they've got blossoms on. You've got your lovely peachy pink peonies. There's the cypress leaves. Look how furry they are. They could be mistaken for little spikes. And these are the foliage that I still haven't found out the name. And our lovely fern. Our snow willow here. Our lovely peachy pink Chinese lanterns. And my favourite conifer. And our lovely sugar-coated sage leaves. There's some sage leaves there, not bay leaves, they are little sage leaves. I knew I'd said that wrong, but I've corrected myself. And then on some we've got some of this stilby as well. And our lovely, let's see if I can get it here, lovely beige, peachy pink tone on it of our maple leaves. And our beautiful ribbon. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? There's the iris. There. I can't really turn it, but that's the iris there with the rose, with the peonies and roses. And then we've got the lace one where it's not wired. It looks it from the edge, but it's not. With the hessian with the lace in the centre. And then we've got our lovely miniature peonies there in a cream colour. So, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope that you give it a go, guys, and you have fun, and have a wonderful Christmas, and I'll see you after Christmas. Take care, and happy memories, and God bless. Bye for now.